Is English by Eddie Singh. And children, today we are going to explore one of the poems from Hornbill, The Voice of the Rain by Walt Whitman. Well, the summary goes like that. The poet asked the soft falling shower who it was, and quite strangely, the rain answered that it was the poem of the earth. So, even the rain responded to the question asked by the poet by saying that it was the poem of the earth. It is everlasting and perpetual. It is something that really cannot be touched. It is born out of the land and deep sea, and it goes higher into the sky and turns into different forms. Altogether, it changes into water droplets and eventually it falls on the earth in the form of rain. Though it takes different form, yet it is the same rain, the same shower. The rain helps the seeds, the stagnant seed, the dormant seeds to come to life. The seeds which lie dormant under the sea, under the land, gets into new life and they change into plants and trees. So it is the rain that gives new life to the seeds, the dormant seeds. The rain also perpetuates life on the earth. The process of rain is quite perpetual and goes by day and night. Rain gives back life to its own sources of beginning and makes it pure and beautiful. The rain sings a song. The rain sings a song. This song issues from its birthplace. It keeps wandering here and there when it finally takes the form of the rain. After accomplishing its task, the song of the rain returns in its proper form with love. So we can see that the rain is symbolic of life on the earth. It is quite perpetual and it is everlasting. The poet wants to highlight one of the most important characteristics of the voice of the rain and says that the rain is just the poem of the earth. It portrays, beautiful song of the earth. And therefore, we come to conclude that the voice of the rain is symbolic of life on the earth. Now we'll switch on to some question answers. Question number 1. There are two voices in the poem. What do they belong to? The first voice is the voice of the poet. The poet asked the question to the rain who it was. And the second voice is that of the rain itself. The rain replies that it is the song of the earth or it is the poem of the earth. Next question. What does the phrase strange to tell mean? The phrase strange to tell refers to the strange phenomena. The rain gives an answer put by the question by the poet. The rain responds to the answer put by the poet. The poet put the question to the rain and the rain responds to the answer. This is quite strange. So here the strangeness is a phenomena that refers to the answers given by the rain. It is surprisingly to report this answer because the poet just thinks that the rain cannot answer. But quite strangely, the rain responds to the question asked by the poet. Now, third question. Why are the last two lines put within brackets? The last two lines contain, it contains a music and the cycle of the rain. These differ from the first 9 lines. The first 2 lines are the voice of the poet, and whereas the lines 3 to 9 are spoken by the rain. The cycle of song is put within bracket to make the difference in speaker but similarity in the content. And the last 2 questions. The poem brings a kind of conversational tone in the poem. Who are the 2 participants who are conversing and what is the advantage of the method? The two particular voices in the poem is the voice of the rain and that of the poet. So the participants who are in conversation are the rain and the poet. Who are the two? I mean, tell me please. Who are the two participants who are conversing to each other in the poem? The rain and the poet. They are conversing. They are in conversation. The poet makes the rain relates its own story. This direct presentation makes the narration more authentic, interesting and captivating. That there is a direct interaction between the poet and the rain, and this interaction makes the poem more captivating, more charming and more interesting. Next question. Behind the apparent simplicity, the poem hides a deep meaning. What exactly does the poem convey to the reader? The poem is not merely a description of the life cycle of rain. It has a deeper meaning. Rain is a poem or thing of beauty of each of us, and therefore the song of the rain is musical, and the comparison between rain and music and their function makes the earth pure and beautiful, and therefore the poet conveys the eternal role of the natural phenomena, that is the art of real life. Therefore there is a deeper meaning of this poem, and that is there, that the poem symbolize life on the earth. Life on the earth. And this is the last question. How does the rain justify its claim, I am the poem of earth? The rain narrates the journey of its life, that right from, first it comes from the deep sea and the earth, then it evaporates and goes higher into the sky, then it turns into droplets of rain, and then it falls on the earth. So it takes different form. So the rain narrates how it's take its birth from, the sea, deep sea and land, and then it returned to the origin in a very mythical terms, and therefore the facts are scientific, but the phrase that conveys this scientific and metaphoric, literary art, is that of the journey of the rain right from the earth to the heaven and from the heaven to the earth. So the whole journey has a beauty and charm associated with the poem. And the poet highlights this beauty by saying that the rain has the role of bringing life on the earth, and it is quite perpetual and everlasting. Though it takes different form, yet it is the same rain. Though it takes different form, yet it is the same rain. It is the so last but not the least, the poet concludes by saying that the rain is the poem of the earth, and it makes the earth more authentic, more beautiful, more eternal through its presence. That's all about this poem. Thank you.